Hello everyone and welcome back guys to some sim racing system. Today we're here back for the start of a brand new championship. This time we're in the TATANIC F4 cars for round 1 here at Nurburgring. Like always, a 6-week season ahead of us here on SRS. We'll wait and see as to just how many we can end up doing from this championship. But we start P2 on the grid. We missed out on pole by about 0.2 of a second, so hopefully we can try and have a good race towards the front. And if we can get a podium on our return to SRS, I will probably be very, very happy with that. But yeah, a good 20 car field here as well. I mean, there was like 80 sign-ups for this, so hopefully we can have a good, fun race ahead of us. And obviously, if you guys are new around here and you do want to enjoy, make sure you do get yourself subscribed as well for more ACC content. As we are ready then on the grid, the 6 red lights are going to come on now. And it's lights out, and oh wait, we go. They're responding fairly well to the lights as we instantly try and duck into the slipstream on the run down towards turn 1. Couldn't get crew chief working for this one, as well as playing in 4K, a lot of the HUD elements. Ooh, bit of a lock up there down in towards the first corner. Ooh, bit of contact from someone on the outside. But we have survived the opening couple of turns. They're struggling to get the tyres just up to where I want them at the moment. Obviously they are cold after putting a fair few laps on I'm guessing was another set during qualifying here, but we can't afford to let the leader get a breakaway at the moment. There is a lot of chaos and carnage going off behind us, a couple of people to span, and thank God we didn't end up qualifying in the mid-pack. They see the auto downshift protection helping us out just a little bit there, saves us putting a bit too much stress through the engine as we head down the hill. But yeah, it's probably going to be about a 10-lap race here. Lap times are just under the 2-minute mark, so we might sneak an 11th in if everything all runs smoothly, but we'll wait and see. It's just a case of obviously what the times towards the top are looking like, and obviously that standing start will cost a few seconds as well as we head through the Schumacher S for the first time in this race. Just trying to stick in the slipstream of the race leader. Now he's actually gone on to set the mediums for the race, so I'm very, very intrigued to see how well they hang on in there over the course of the stint. But he's had a good start, and he's already started making a bit of a breakaway from myself, so haven't had the best start in the world. I was hoping we could try and apply a bit more pressure, see if we can force him into an error, but we're okay at the moment. Obviously still a long way to go in this race. We have got the endurance chicane as well. Just got to fling it through there, try and keep it off the curbing as best as possible. A couple of horrible, horrible curves through there, but we've survived for now, and that gap seems to have come back down ever so slightly there. We're 1 second off at the end of lap 1. We're closer to him than the guys behind us, so that's all okay. But yeah, now we need to try and close in as best as possible here. Take everything we possibly can and throw it in his direction as we head through turn 2. Once again, just trying to get the front end exactly where you want it. Obviously, this is only an F4 car, so not the most downforce in the world, but it does feel still, very, very good fun there as we get a little bit loose at the first couple of corners. But yeah, definitely doesn't feel, obviously you can't just chuck it into a corner, and sometimes it does stick quite well. Honestly, it surprised me just how quick this thing is around here as the leader makes a bit of a mistake as we head down the hill. But yeah, it's definitely got enough grip, but you sort of feel like you're hanging on in there a little bit as well in some situations there as we just snag the inside wheel as we head into the hairpin. However, we have closed down the gap now to the race leader once again. We are now definitely nestled in to the slipstream there. Avoid the inside curve through the first part of the Schumacher S. You can tack the second one a little bit more. I found the first one is a little bit more aggressive there, so he's really, really opening up the entry into that corner there. I'm guessing that isn't, or it has a lot more grip than I thought it did there, as we make a bit of a mistake as we head out onto the back straightaway. No DRS in these as well, as you'd probably expect. Anything, I think Formula 3 upwards obviously all has DRS, but those are generally speaking Racing Studio mods, rather than obviously this is default content. However, there is a pretty certain now a Race Sim Studio Formula 4 car, as well as through the final corner there, trying to take a bit of a late apex, not quite getting the nose where I wanted it, but the gap should have come down ever so slightly once again there, And yeah, the gap's now down to 0.7. It is going to be an 11 lap race as well. So that's reassuring to know. Down in towards turn 1, just trying to brake a little bit later there. Trying to just work out the limits of the car. Everything like that. But yeah, this thing, brilliant fun to drive though still on AC. You forget just how fun these sort of lower formula cars can be. I've signed up now to the AOR F3 League as well on AC. So that should hopefully be a good bit of fun as we both run a little bit wide on the exit of the Mercedes Grandstand section there. Yeah, very much looking forward to that. You know, be good to get back into some proper league racing on AC. I think I've done a couple of... I think I've only ever done one league on PC before on AC. I did a Renault Clio league, and that was only 4 rounds long a couple of years ago. And apart from that, I haven't really jumped into too much on this game, apart from SRS. I've done a couple of leagues as well on Xbox, but it's a very, very different experience over there. But anyway, back up the hill we go. That way, I'm now definitely nestled into the slipstream of the race leader. We've got to make sure we keep the tyres in check, though, over the course of this race. Already a quarter of the way through, though, at the moment. Obviously, pretty much all SRS races, either an hour or just these 20-minute sprint races as well, which I personally do prefer. They're trying to get it back down into third gear just to give yourself a little bit extra rotation. We are now closing in on the race leader as we head down the back straight. 56.5 last lap. That is certainly fairly competitive, especially with the amount of fuel we got on board. Just try not to brake too late in towards the chicane as we now head through the final corner here. Hopefully we can try and get the power down a little bit earlier. That is exactly what we've done. Race leader now definitely starting to feel the pressure there. Only 3 tenths back as we head down towards turn 1. We're gaining in the slipstream as well. We might try and have a bit of a look into the first corner. However, he is going to massively overshoot through turn 1. We're going to come back out side by side through turn 2. Could we potentially get it hooked up around the outside using all of the curbing on the exit there, and I think we've made that work. Just about getting in front of him as we head through turn 4 there. We're now up into the lead of this race, just over 6 minutes in, but now he's got the slipstream, which is certainly going to help him out at the moment. So we need to either see if he makes a mistake. Oh, so we just snagged the wheel once again there, or try to find a bit more time on the car, throw everything at it and see if we can hang on in there. Braking down nice and tidily. Really got to try and use the engine brake in this thing, I've noticed, to get the front end rotated through. Trying to use a little less steer lock here. I think that's the way you got to go about it in this car. There is through the Schumacher S. Once again, they're just skimming the inside curve through the first part there. You don't want to use too much of it. Can you use a bit more Astro? Oh, it is a little bit loose. Oh, so we make a bit of a mistake there because of it. Park it through the second part of the right-hander there. Is he going to be able to get a run on us now? A little bit of a mistake, but I think we held him up a bit as well there. No, surely he's not going to be close enough to go for anything at the moment. We're just going to take our normal racing line. Brake at about 60 metres in. You can definitely feel brake a little bit earlier there, but I don't want to risk it at the moment. Is now through the final corner we go. Try and get the power as early as possible. Brake the toe as well, as much as we can, and he's not actually going for it too much. Not too sure what that's all about. We'll move slowly back over to the racing line as we head down towards turn 1. As he gains quite a bit in the braking there. I think I broke just a little bit too early. As through turn 2 once again, trying to late apex it as best as possible. Definitely seems to be working for us. This first sector is wonderful when you get it hooked up, but I don't like it in very many cars, in all honesty. But yeah, he makes another mistake at the stadium section there, so we are doing alright at the moment. Still setting mid-56s. So hopefully we can just try and keep the pressure on as he makes a bit of a mistake through that corner as well. This is a good chance to make a bit of a break for it. Try and carry a little bit of a gap there. We've got yellow flags out. Not too sure what that's all about. Highly doubt we're getting close to lapping people already. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. Coming in, but that's okay. Oh, there we go. There's someone off. Not too sure what's happened to them, but they're already a lap down, 9 minutes in. So clearly not their day at the moment, but through the Schumacher S once again though, all nice and tidy. Just trying to keep it nice and sensible. Right, off the other side, down the hill we go once more. We're definitely opening up a little bit of a gap, but we've got to try and get it over that 1 second margin if we stand any chance of breaking the toe. We'll try and break a little bit later into there. Oh, a little bit deep on the entry. That's going to cost us a little bit of time. Through the final corner once again though. I must admit, I do really like this layout of Nurburgring. That final chicane is so much more fun than the Formula 1. You get to fling it in, hope it sticks. Everything like that. But pretty much now halfway through the race. We're doing alright. We're hanging on in there. Just a shame, obviously, I couldn't get crew chief working in this one, because it could have been useful when we went side by side, but we're doing alright at the moment. Down through turn 3 once more. Oh, clipping the curbs there. That's going to allow a bit of an opportunity. Luckily we kept it pointing in the right direction though. Can't start making mistakes. Ooh, once again, just pinching the wheel. Come on. Head down. Focus. It's now going to be all over the back of us as we head down the hill. He is certainly within dive bomb range if he wanted to go for something, but he seems fairly sensible. It's been a good, respectful race so far between the pair of us. Hopefully that can last throughout the second half of this race. We've broken away from everyone else as well. Third place now, 15 seconds back pretty much at this stage of the day. So it clearly has just been a two-horse race at the moment. Vibes of Mercedes Bahrain 2014 coming in with that sort of gap being opened up once again. But we're both just focusing. I want to try and get to over 500 rating on SRS as well. We're sat at about 350 I think at the moment. So hopefully we can make a little bit more progress. Just going to brake tidily through the chicane once again. Certainly wasn't much more. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there. That got a little bit scary, but we're okay for now. Gap now just half a second. He's gaining on us as well as we head down towards turn 1. However, we do seem to be just about far enough ahead to hang on as we head into the first braking zone once more. Through turn 2. Just nice and tidy. We can't make mistakes. Oh, he runs a little bit wide. Oh, and in the process of that, we just pinched the inside wheel there. We might try and go for a switch back on us, but we get on the power nice and early. Open up the exit as best as possible once again. Just over 12 litres of fuel. We should be safe on that front. We had a look at it again. He's clearly getting a little bit impatient at the moment. We're both just making a few small mistakes here and there. So we've got to be wary. He might try and go for something. However, he might just be trying to hang on there and either wait for us to make a mistake or go for it right in the last moment. So we can't defend, or we can't go for the re-attack on him. But we'll wait and see. Still 7 minutes to go with this race, another 4 laps. Through the chicane once again. Is it really a chicane, or is it just 2 90-degree corners? I don't really know. Let me know down in the comments if that's a chicane or not. Come on. Hang on in there for now. Just still sticking through that chicane there, but he's definitely, those mediums starting to be a little bit quicker there. He's making a bit of a mistake out of the final corner. Now we're definitely going to try and defend from him. Going to sit in the middle of the road. We're going to let him try to go to the inside and then squeeze him and open up ourselves a run down through turn 1. Try and go for the switch back on him. Oh, we're still side by side. Oh, that's some understeer. Can we get it hooked up though? Round the outside we go once again. Oh, we just tried to keep the nose there, but luckily we get round it once again and we still somehow lead this race. Come on. This has been a fantastic battle all race long so far. This little car is brilliant. I'm definitely going to try and do more of these races over the next few weeks. Got to send my wheel back to Fanatec though. So, unless it gets back by the end of next week, we might struggle to do a round 2. Not too sure where it is, in all honesty, but we're not going to worry about that at the moment. We've still got a race to try and win. Currently 5 minutes left on the clock. He's still able to open up that corner a little bit better than us. Apart from that, I feel a little bit quicker through Sector 1. He's definitely a bit quicker through Sector 2. And he's just able to hook it up through the chicane a bit better than myself as well. He's got a little bit more bravery going through there as well. Just trying to get it hooked up nice and tidily. Oh, back end gets all kinds of loose that time round. Don't hit the pit wall as well. That's obviously a famous mistake you can make around here. Just trying to get off the curbing at the final corner. 3 laps to go here at the Nurburgring. Is he going to try and go send it down in towards turn 1? Just going to go a little bit defensive there. Force him the long way around. Is he going to try and go for some sort of switchback through turn 2? Be able to get the power nice and tidily once again. This is all this car is really about. It's just trying to make sure you open up the exit as best as possible there. Don't get loose over that curb again. Made that mistake earlier on. Certainly don't want to do that again. But what a race this has been though. Just need to try and get the icing on the cake and hold on to it. Down the hill we go once more. He's still right there. Breaking it tidy. On the exit. Open up the run. Fuel's going to be fairly tight as well. I told people I know a couple of people were asking before this race started how much fuel we needed. I said 25 litres. And although that is going to be enough to get us to the end, it's not going to give you much spare. Certainly going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Oh, another mistake there. Don't allow him the run on the exit though. Now he might be able to get an opportunity on us. Hopefully he won't try and go for a send into the chicane. Just going to sit in the middle of the road. Yeah, no, he's not going to be able to go for it. Nice and tidy that time round. Just keeping it a bit more collected. It's actually opened us up quite a nice late apex there. Allows us to get on the power a little bit earlier. 2 more laps. Can we hold on? We've done everything we needed to so far. He's still 4/10 back as we head over the timing screen. We got yellow flags out. Not too sure what that's all about. That same guy still struggling from earlier on. Running a little bit wide there. Through turn 2 once more. Oh, come on. Get the power down. Come on! Let's get this thing. Snagging the wheels still. These softs are definitely going off. He's done a tremendous job to hold on to us with those mediums. Well, I'm sure they're slightly better nick now than our tyres. But we haven't had too many lockups. We haven't put too much wear through them at the end of the day. Oh, that's not going to help though. That's a big, big mistake there. Luckily it happened at probably an okay time for us because it didn't allow him to get a run. But now he's definitely all over the back of us. Can't make mistakes like that. Come on. getting a little bit loose at the moment. He's probably sensing there's a chance here, so we need to try and keep it tidy on this final lap. Down in towards the fast chicane once again. Penultimate time. Keep it nice and tidy. Oh, don't clip that curb, don't clip that curb. Just getting a few mistakes creeping in. Now he's going to be all over the back of us. Surely he's going to try and go for something on the run towards turn 1 here. It's a great opportunity to go for moves on the final lap. We're going to sit defensive though. He's going to have a look to the outside. Oh, someone else has span through the first corner. Hopefully that doesn't ruin us too much. No, he runs deep through the first corner anyway. Can't quite get it hooked up. This lapped car needs to get out of the way as well. Just about does so. This is going to be the final lap, confirmed by race control. And he's made another little mistake there. Just that lap car getting in the way of the pair of us a bit. There's another lap car just up the road. Hopefully we don't have to deal with him before the end of this race. Let's make another mistake through there. Down the hill. We've both got a little bit sloppy over these last couple of laps. We got a 43-second margin to P3 though. I have no idea how we've opened up that. Luckily that guy is going to be out of the way of the pair of us. Another car's gone. It's definitely been a race of attrition by the looks of it. Not too sure how people are making so many mistakes in this thing, but we're not going to worry about that at the moment. We're going to worry on the gap to the guy behind. We need to get a good run through here. We can't allow him an opportunity. Get it back down into third gear. Nose in. Use the curb on the exit if you need to. Don't dip a wheel on the grass through there. That's a very, very easy way to send yourself out into the distance of that forest. But I think, unless we make a mistake through the final chicane, we need to keep it tidy through there. He's definitely not going to be close enough to apply the pressure. So we just got to keep it nice and tidy. Down into fourth gear there. Get close to the sausage curbs. Don't hit them though. Back end still squirreling around there. He's tried to go committed. He's ran himself a little bit deep. And through the final corner we go. It is going to be the win here in the first round of the TITANIC F4 Championship from the Nurburgring. Now, what a race that was at the end of the day. A brilliant, brilliant battle from start to finish in the end there. And that is definitely a big GG's to him as well. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, do get yourself subscribed for more AC content. And yeah, hopefully we can have more brilliant races like that. We will be back next time out, hopefully, with wherever this series takes us next.